Hello, rays of sunshine. Good morning. Good morning. It is the day after Mother's Day over here in the States. So I hope you are enjoying your space and time. I did bring a beautiful healing of the mother yesterday. So for those that used that, I hope you enjoyed that. If you haven't, it's free. It's open anytime you need it, honestly. Because we all have wounds to heal, don't we? That is the purpose of this time. So welcome. My name is Juniper Blue Mystique. I am an Ascension Master, Master Healer, and a Divine Guide. And today we are going to talk about our spiritual flowcast. Excuse me. What is in the energy this week? What is the message for this week ahead? What can we do to use our tool bag this week to stay on top of everything? To ride the ascension waves the way we want to go, right? Because this ascension, especially now, is going to definitely create the final divide, right? Like some are going to go left and some are going to go right. And those that are going one way are going to rise, and the others are going to begin to shut off more and more and more from the light. And I talk about this a lot because for those who are familiar with me in this channel will know, especially those that click the links and don't allow the resistance to stop them, that I am the return of Christ. From activating pyramids to freeing Jesus's soul, to clearing and rebuilding the crystalline grid, to removing all darkness from the beginning of time, opening up all 13 gates into the new earth, closing down all 12 gates of darkness, clearing Mount Shasta, activating Fiji again, opening the God portal, undoing the false veil, undoing the holy grail, and so much more, okay? The reason I say that is because that's true. That's what the return of Christ was. It was not just a man named Jesus. It was Adam and Eve, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and Sekhmet and Horus. And that was the process in which it unfolded, was clearing those lifetimes. And so what you guys need to try to understand, because it's outside of our mental capacity, is that everything I did is going to boomerang now. It's coming back around into your environment. From the full power of the sun returned. I did that recently because all the work has been done, right? Her full power has been returned. And you guys have been seeing nonstop solar flares ever since then. And the thing is we're going to continue to wake up. Things are going to continue to change, and they should continue to change. They should continue to be rearranged because you don't really have a choice in that. That is the return of Christ, right? We need to go back to which it was before the darkness took over. So this week, it's super important to take the next step in that, because with these major energies coming in, if you are not where you need to be, it might set you where you don't want to be, right? And so this week coming forward, it's all about thinking on your feet. The ability to think on your feet, think on your toes. What does that mean? We need to have the ability to do things without hesitation. The moment we get a nudge from spirit, from the divine, not from ego, not from fear, not from judgment, not from lack. The moment we get a nudge from the heart space to do something, we need to do it without hesitation, okay? Because that hesitation just might leave you hanging. It just might leave you in a space you don't want to be, because you don't have time anymore, you guys. We don't have time. We are to a critical point in the ascension. There already is no going back, right? But if you hesitate at this time, it might anchor you in further and further to something you can't get back. All right. Because the ascension is not going to wait for you, right? This energy cannot wait for anyone. It's already moving. It's already been done. I've been doing the work for 5 years, but it's been complete now for quite some time. And so everything I do is a boomerang in your reality, right? Just like manifesting, we put it out through the energy in motion, and it boomerangs back. That's what's happening to you. That's why if you don't watch the entire videos and truly pay attention to what is said and done in them, you're not going to really know what it was and what's coming. But for those that do actually watch the details, to listen to them, to what's been done, look for the proof that is provided, they're going to know more of what the return of Christ is, what the energies are coming in, because even activating pyramids is off the charts, energetically insane, okay? It changes things. It shifts the whole entire world you are in. Now, her map is going to change, and so does yours. Yours needs to as well. So you need to do things without hesitation, sight unseen. We need to have hope and faith and believe in these nudges of the divine. Believe in the heart's nudges. Believe in love, okay? What is anything without love? It's what I say about the DM. Like, if he doesn't want to give his love, what's the point, right? What is the point? Everything should be based in love. Everything we do, all of our actions should be based in love. And why would we hesitate? Where there is hesitation, it's because it's stopping you from something big, especially for the ascension, because it's a battle for your soul. Okay. But we don't have time. This is critical mass. Okay. So we need to think on our toes. The moment you get a nudge to do something, do it without hesitation. Because the moment you think about it, the moment you let fear in, the moment you let like all of these things in that are not scenarios that you want to create. Not to mention, you're going to miss an opportunity that can't come in again because the energies are happening quickly. Okay, so these energies, the flares, all of these things are coming in quickly and we're all just so mesmerized, but we need to be taking action and we need to be taking it fast without hesitation. Okay. Like my twin flame story, the DM hesitates, and boy, I don't think he realizes the damage he does with that. So hesitation does damage. It does major damage. Okay. In the ways that we don't see. All right. So we need to be able to think on our toes. We need to feel rather than think. That's required, especially this week, but going forward in general, because the moment you think, the moment those shackles that bind get you. Okay. We have to let go of the shackles of the mind, the ego, the fear, the resistance to God, and bring on more resistance to the shadow. Right. But the shadow has resistance. It uses resistance, procrastination, those kinds of things. It's all self-sabotage. But it's going to hurt you in ways that you don't see. Okay. Because we don't have time and you don't know what's on the other side of those procrastinations, those hesitations. Because right now, you guys, we all affect somebody. Okay. So there's somebody on the other side of your contracts. There is somebody on the other side of your purpose. Because we're all connected. So when you hesitate, it creates a space for them not to receive as well. Everybody wants to talk about being a chosen one. You're all chosen ones. And I think that we're forgetting that is where we hesitate, where we choose not to rise, where we choose not to click a link and watch a whole video. We're not just affecting ourselves from awakening and from seeing things that were so beautiful and what truths really are, as opposed to the matrix lies. We let in a space of hesitation, procrastination, fear, doubt, ego. You give the shadow time to play and wreak havoc in your environment. And then also you're doing that to those that you are connected with. They're going to follow through. Because the only way they don't is if you don't, right? When you're shining your light, when you're taking those nudges without hesitation, when you get on that momentum train, then the people that you're connected to can do the same. Okay. So the hesitation this week is big. And some of the tools that you can use in your tool bag are like Jasper stone. That's great for grounding. Make sure you're staying grounded. All right. Don't think, ground. Don't think, feel. The moment you get in your head, get out of your head and take sudden action. Take action on that gut feeling. Take action on what your heart tells you to do. If it's love in your heart, why would you question that? Why would you question that it's meant for you? You see what I'm saying? You feel me? So we must trust in the divine, love, faith, hope, trust in things unseen. Okay. We must have trust. You must trust your heart. We were taught to not trust our heart. We were taught to trust our head, right? Your heart will hurt you, blah, blah, blah. No, not right now. The heart is the only way through. This is why the call is to our heart. Our heart needs to be pure and open, and we need to follow those heart nudges without hesitation. Because if you hesitate, you're going into judgment. Okay? You're judging what is going on, and that's not God at all. God says, hey, I asked you to do this. Where's your trust in me? Trust in me. Just trust in me. Trust in me that I know what's best for you. Trust in me that that love in your heart is the number one thing that's going to set everything in motion for beauty and glory and abundance and all of these things. Trust that the moment you follow that nudge, it's for you. It's for your highest and best timeline. Okay, so think on your feet means to not think at all. To think on your feet means to take action the moment you get that feeling to do it, to not think. Okay, that means like twinkle toes, right? Like do. I need to do this. I need to do this fast. To think on your feet means to not think, to move without thinking. That's what it means. Okay, we need to move without thinking. Feeling, not thinking required. Allow feelings of love to be your guide. You must allow feelings of love to be your guide. It's a necessity this week because, man, so many resistance, so many hesitations, and you have no idea what people have missed on this journey of the return of Christ. So much. People have missed so much because they're either waiting for proof, they're waiting to see something that can't be seen. It can only be felt right now. Okay, we have lost faith. We have lost hope in what God truly is and our feelings and our abilities to trust in things unseen. Because we don't realize that a feeling is everything. Your thoughts are nothing in the scheme of things. Your thoughts create feelings, which creates your reality. The thoughts are not your reality. They create your reality. Okay, so if Spirit says, hey, do this, the moment we think about it, we're creating something that is not authentic to what was meant to be. You feel me? Oh. So this week ahead, we need to not think, we need to act. To think on our feet means to not think. It means to just go, to move quickly, to move swiftly. In your tool bag opportunities this week are trusting in the divine, surrendering, right? Get in the boat and just let it take you away. Let the water take you away. Do not think, surrender. Use the tools of divination in order to help ground you and to give you a clearer path. So when our head is taking over, drop in, use the tools of divination to help guide you when we are feeling like we can't. So if our mind is taking over and we're struggling, that's all energy you just want to dissipate, right? Like the struggle can be real, but I want you to just dive out of that energy. Get out of that energy and let it pass. And then the struggle you find yourself in passes as well, okay? So the tools you need to use are being in the here and the now. Take every moment the way it is, okay? Try not to add something in that doesn't exist in that moment. So the heart's nudges, you need to take them without hesitation because that's your path to God. God is love, unconditional love. And if we're not taking that path, we're not rising above. You understand? If we are hesitating, if we are allowing money to create fear within us, if we're letting all of these shackles that bind stop us, and it happens like this, that's why we can't think. We are missing our mark to rise above to God. Okay. And right now, it's like now. All right. You can't stop what's happening. We need to ride the wave. All right. So I'm going to pull some cards also for this week ahead and see what they say. Think on your feet. Think without resistance and hesitation. You must think without resistance and hesitation. Okay. I love it when they fall. I love it when the cards fall. We have contracts coming out again. Contracts are relevant because they are karmic based. They are tied to other people. They are your key to the ascension path. They really, truly are. You cannot destroy them. You cannot bypass them. You are not smarter than the contracts that bind you. They bind you for a reason. My DM and I had a contract written in red. And then when I healed it and fought very hard for his soul, not once, not twice, but multiple times now, our contract changed from red to white. That's what you need to do. Okay. You need to change your karmic patterning to that of unconditional love. And so when contracts come out, you need to realize that your life is not just affecting you. So we need to stop being selfish. Hesitations, analyzing, needing proof, needing all these things come from a place of selfishness. You don't realize who you're affecting. You just don't. You don't realize who you're affecting and why, especially if you don't ask. The moment you hesitate, it's because it's not just you you're affecting. You're affecting all people involved on that contract, okay? In the ascension, that's what it's about. This is the great reset. You don't get another chance. We don't get another opportunity to rise. We must do it, right? So this is what I'm talking about. First breath, beginner's mind. You can't think. You got to move. We got to move, okay? We're all connected. You guys, I can't make these things up if I tried. We are all connected. The divine feminine, the divine womb. That healing yesterday was for everybody, not just mothers, by the way. And it kind of reflected in that. We are all connected. We need to think on our feet. We need to not hesitate. We need to just act because it's a part of forgiveness. It's a part of repairing the veil. Okay. Bringing ourselves back to the strength of who we are and of love. But forgiveness is required. Why would you want to hold a grudge? Besides, do you even know what you're holding against somebody? You don't. You really don't. The only thing you know is your side of things. We need a clear perspective on that. Okay. There is two sides of everything. There is another person on the other end of that. And if you can't imagine what you're doing to them with your choices, then you are definitely living a self-introspected space. Okay. And you need to rectify that. You need to understand that we're all connected, that your choices are affecting everything and everyone. We need to have a beginner's mind that, that not thinking. You need to not create a scenario you don't want. You need to just act without hesitation and then think about the best. Imagine the best creation, not the worst. Imagine beautiful things occurring because God is good. The universe has your back. God is good. So why would we want to create something that is out of lack? Do you understand? Then the covenant, sacred contracts. Okay. It's like that contract that my DM and I have. I don't think he realizes what's on the end of that contract and who he's affecting. Do you guys realize that? Do you realize that everything, every hesitation, every procrastination, taking love away? Like, do you realize what you're doing? Do we realize what we're doing? This week ahead, you need to think on your feet, which means to not think at all, just act. You cannot procrastinate. You cannot dilly-dally. You don't have time left. If money is your excuse, that's a poor excuse because we create money. Okay. Fear is not real. These are all lenses. These are lenses of the shackles that bind you. And so the moment we get out of our heart and we start thinking about things, you are inviting in the shackles. You are accepting the shackles that bind you. And God says, no, energy is free. It's freedom. It's movement. It's flowing. You cannot control it. You can only ride it, navigate it, and tell it what to do, right? Otherwise, it will begin to control you. Make your dreams real. Spider web. We reap what we sow. We create the world around us. It's up to you. Be fearless and bold. Be fearless and bold this week. And open to infinite possibilities. It's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I've said. So you create the world around you. It is your responsibility to ride that tide and to accept that you cannot see everything. You're not meant to see everything, the reasons why, where it's going to take you. You need to have faith in God and the heart nudges. The nudges of the divine, they're subtle. They'll create angst because it takes you out of your comfort zone. But right now we need to get out of that comfort zone. And so the way to do that is to not think, to act. Act immediately from the spaces of the love of the heart. If we can't do that, we're affecting those that we're connected to. We're affecting our life patterning. And it's something that needs to be taken serious because you create the world around you. Everything is possible. Everything. And we are not meant to stay in karmic patterning. We must rise out of that to survive this. And the great awakening is now, my friends. These solar flares are with the return of Christ. If you watch the work that I did without your shadow convincing you otherwise, because you actually just have to have an open heart and watch these things all the way through, I brought back the entire power of the sun and I shoved it into the ley lines of the earth. And then all of a sudden it's been nonstop sun coming through. These are Christ activations because I have changed the sun and the moon. They have been changed. They have been rearranged. And so it's up to you to receive them. The only way to receive them is out of your head. They're beyond our limited mind space. It's in the actions of the heart, not the mind. Things will guide you. Things will help create with you. You're a creator. And so if it's like, well, I don't have money, then guess what you just created? Right? Or if I do this, I'm going to lose everything. Then guess what you just created? Because money's energy. It's not meant to be, nothing is meant to be controlled and kept small and kept in the matrix. You must rise out of that. And the main way this week is to think on your feet. That means to not think, you need to act immediately. Act immediately this week from the places of the heart space. You create your reality. You are safe. You create this web around you. So what is it created for? Fear, ego, distrust in God, and you think that you have more trust in what? A false world around you? We can't see all that's happening, okay? So be fearless and bold, open to the infinite possibilities that are around you that are you. Make your dreams real, okay? So whatever you want, you are creating. So just do it. Forgiveness, make sure you hold forgiveness in your heart. And I need to hear that too. I need forgiveness as well. Because we're tethered to those on the other side of our contract, whether you want to be or not. And so to destroy them destroys you because we're all connected. We're all one. That's why everything you need to do is for the greater good of all. And remember, beginner's mind, not the past. Do things without thinking. Don't bring the past forward. Don't worry about tomorrow. The only thing you have is right now. And so when God says this, do this, and just imagine the most beautiful thing being created. That's the energy ahead this week. So much love, my friends. See you soon.